Hello, welcome to Casual Veteran Gamer. In the video today we are looking at the Magic Initiate Warlock feat. Learn 2 cantrips and a first level spell from the Warlock spell list. You can cast a first level spell once per long rest. Your spell casting modifier for all 3 spells is Charisma. Now I've got a wizard in the background and the wizard already has 3 of these cantrips, which is why they are highlighted in yellow. Of the cantrips from the Warlock spell list, Friends is probably the most useful. Eldritch Blast always seems really cool, and force damage is fine, is good in fact. But the spellcasting ability is Charisma, so if your character doesn't have a high Charisma already, this could be a waste. And secondly, what makes Eldritch Blast really good for Warlocks is in fact their invocations, giving Repelling Blast or Agonizing Blast. Mage Hand is alright if you don't already have it. Minor Illusion is okay, the others aren't so great when your Charisma is low. Then we come to the first level spells. Armor of Agathis, Arms of Hadar, Charm Person, Expeditious Retreat, Hellish Rebuke, Hex, Protection from Evil and Good, and Witch Bolt. The list here doesn't suffer from the same problem as the cleric spell list in the first level cleric spells, because only Protection from Evil and Good can be found from a magic item from the Ever-Seeing Eye after killing the hag. Usually the most obvious choice here is Hex, especially for classes that do not use their bonus actions already. And just before I make the wizard level 4, Scorching Ray goes really well with Hex. So Hex is a good use for a class that doesn't already use a bonus action. And we get to choose one of the 6 attributes to Hex, give them disadvantage on ability checks. Every time I include Hex in a video, I usually have someone in the comments saying I should Hex their Constitution or their Wisdom and then cast spells that target that. Just want to make it clear, Hex does not affect saving throws, so will not make your spells work any better. The best choice usually is Strength. Not because it makes you more likely to push them or shove them, but it decreases their chance to shove you. This isn't how it works in D&D 5th edition, but that is currently how it works in Baldur's Gate 3. Whether that will change or not is to be seen. So now that I've hexed the creature, whenever I hit it with anything that does an attack roll, so Magic Missile will not make Hex work. Anytime I hit it with an attack roll and it actually hits, an extra 1d6 damage will be done. Maybe you want to go for the one with the highest damage. Let's go for Firebolt here. So on a critical hit, a bit unlucky, got 2 on a roll of 2d6, but the point here is that when you score a critical hit, then the damage from Hex is also doubled. Currently, getting Hex from Magic Initiate Warlock is bugged in our favour. We're supposed to only be able to cast the spell once per long rest, but what happens is the game has split each of the variants of Hex into a separate spell, and we're allowed to cast each of them once per long rest. I cannot now use Hex Strength because I've already used that. I've got a bonus action. I wouldn't advise you do what I'm about to do, but if you want to, you can then use Hex again, but for another attribute. I can Hex the other Minotaur. Ooh, that was lucky. I can Hex the other Minotaur. This will be the last time I use Hex in this video. We have 4 choices here. Also, if you do kill an enemy, you do get the reapply Hex. I'm going to use Exposing Bite again. So now this is just to show off what Scorching Ray and Hex can do with guaranteed critical hits. So we'll get the damage out ready. It's 100% chance. All 3 of them will work. 10, 11, 4, 17, 14, 9. Almost killed the Bullet in one go. It takes some setting up. Now, I don't want this to turn into a video about Hex, even though I kind of have made that by accident. The reason I focused on Hex is that it's easily the most usable spell from the level 1 spells. Overall, I think this is really worth a 9 out of 10. It's especially that higher score for classes that don't use their bonus action, so no 2-weapon fighting, as long as you're not jumping and shoving people every turn. Also, the choice of cantrips is good. Friends is a great cantrip, and there are other possibilities to use for cantrips. So let me know what you think about this feat, whether you ever take it, whether you agree with my comments. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.